Welcome to the third day of our BIMACon. And today I am very happy and it's our pleasure to have Dr. Sanjay Bedi sir, who is a professor in pathology, Adesh Institute of Medical Science, Batinda. Welcome you, sir. And uh, if you search in the Google Dr. Sanjay Bedi, you will find more than 200 options. Why? Because I think since last 10 years, sir has started one group known as MU India. So sir is supporting this BIMACon also, and that MU India has around 25,000 members. So it itself is a big strength. Other than that, right now you all are aware that CBME, competency-based medical education, is going on. So whatever rules has been framed, whatever has been suggested by MCI, now to inculcate this in every department, each and every colleges, sir has started around 20 course in CBME in different subject, 18 to 19 batch of e-learning, then around 16 batch of research methodology, GCP, bioethics course of HIFA, pathology, like what not. You name the things online, and sir will be there. And specifically, I would like to thank sir because in this COVID time, if you go through the different webinars happen throughout the India, more than 50% of all over India is supported by MU India. And so salute to you, sir, for specific this venture, because during this COVID, people have learned everything online. And thank you very much for your support each and every time. So COVID has directed us in e-learning, but sir has directed medical education of India in e-learning since I think more than 7 years. So thank you very much, sir, for sparing your time and addressing the August gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chinmay. We start with so what is change? It is movement from situation A to situation B. I mean, we are at a particular level. We think that we have to move through a certain activities, and we have to move to certain perceived situation, and also we have to find out the steps. We have to take up some activities. We have to take up some planning that we move from situation A to situation B. Nature also involves, there is continuous change in nature also, which is called evolution, and it all moves through certain improvements in the system. So now I am going to show you a small video that how nature how change takes place in nature. This video I have myself got created, and though I have taken inputs from multiple sources, if we see millions of years ago, there was something known as Big Bang, and it released a large amount of energy, and we are all surrounded by this energy in the form of E is equal to mc square, and then evolution led to mass formations, atoms is equal to mc square, chemical interactions, and ultimately there was the formation of primitive DNA and unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms, and ultimately the evolution went on moving, and there was a society. So if we see that at the microscopic level, there is a DNA, and at the macrocosmic level, there are human beings, and a single a change in a single DNA leads to formation of a tumor, or a single human being like Osama bin Laden, uh, he metastasizes to New York, and there is a change. Or in the positive direction, a Mahatma Gandhi, he comes from Australia and converts whole of India. So change, there is a, what is a DNA? DNA is basically an energy flow regulator. So once it is all energy, and change is taking place at microscopic level and macroscopic level in nature. So this change leads to formation of, new possibilities. So it can be positive or negative. So if we see that continuously there is continuous change in nature, there is continuous change in society, continuous. So what we need to do, we need to align our activities with nature, with the same mechanisms which uh, through which nature moves. We have to understand nature and make nature our co-creator. We have to become co-creator with nature. Only then change becomes helpful to everyone, and to it we move in a way that it benefits everyone. So what happens in change management, it is a collective term in for all approaches to prepare, support and help individuals, teams and organizations in making organizational change. So in terms of medical college, we have got students, we have got teachers, we have got support staff, and we have got management, we have got the state health authorities, national health authorities. So at every level, there is a need for, there is continuous change, and e-learning is one way by which, this change is possible very, very fast. Just like a single DNA, you don't need to change everything, but just like in nature, there is a single DNA which is changed, and it leads to complete change into the phenotype. So similarly, if a simple e-learning is introduced at all levels, then it will lead to massive change in the medical education system, and it will bring prosperity to patients, prosperity to society. And I don't I can make a statement that if with 130 crore people of India, if they are healthy, India will be the first country to conquer Mars. It is at that level that, the race is going on. So this organizational change management is needed, and various disciplines from behavioral, social sciences, medical, they are all part of medical, and we need to introduce them. So first point is that we have to address the human side. E-learning involves hardware in the form of computers, laptops, etc. Also softwares. A lot of softwares are there, and also there is a, you can say, peopleware. The peopleware is the area where we are lack. Once we have a population which has got which is trained in e-learning, then this it becomes part of our thought process completely at every level. Then there will be a movement very fast, and for this there is we have to start, our managements must make a strategy. Our national medical NMC must make a initiative, and all layers of all this, right from students are already trained. Students are getting a lot of education through e-learning right from school level. But once they come in medical college, if we should thank the COVID, that because of COVID, almost everyone is ready for this activity, and some training has taken place. But still, there is a need to create ownership amongst various students and medical teachers for this, and we should also communicate this message everywhere. I thank Dr. Chinmay for helping me, our MEU India group, and also the cultural landscape, the connectivity issues should be overcome. They should become part of our culture. I mean, at present, the culture is that the teacher comes, he speaks, and then he takes some assessment tests, all on paper. It should be part of our culture that there has to be a flipped classroom. A video has to be sent by default to every student before the class is held, and the student is supposed to see that and before coming to the class, and there should be at least some portion of the class has to be in the form of some kind of assessment based on that video. And in this, every individual has to be involved from top to bottom. So in the process, organizations do not change, people do. And we are the medical teachers, the medical students, doctors, at every level. We have to ultimately change in this process to build this transition. There has to be a 3-level change, that is individual change management, organizational change management, or we have to take multiple initiatives, and enterprise change management capability in all organizations, in all medical universities, or at all levels. Even doctors who are posted at the periphery must get certain amount of continuous learning through e-learning. It is possible now. So earlier education was up to 25 to 30 years. Now it is the era of warm to tomb education. Continuous teaching, continuous learning. I visited Israel last year, and there is a tradition in Israel that pregnant ladies, they are asked to solve mathematical questions. They say, I mean, it is compulsory there, and they say that the mothers, when mothers solve questions, then the child learns in his womb, and he or she, it is very important. In the Israeli tradition, mother's womb is very important. In fact, nobody can become a Jew unless he has got a Jewish mother. So as I was saying, education up to 25 to 30 years was there earlier. Now we have in India also, we have a tradition of Abhimanyu, and e-learning is bringing about a new kind of paradigm shift, that we are all moving towards a mechanism by which we are learning something. And just like Chinmay is organizing this conference, I think this is a very more efficient way of organizing conferences than the regular face-to-face. I don't say that they are not useful, but this way must also enter our ecosystem even after COVID is over. So earlier education had a long shelf life. Now it is the era of just-in-time education. We learn when we need it. Education was in classrooms, medical colleges. Now we have online medical education requiring just an internet connection and maybe a mobile phone or a laptop. And it is accessible to everyone. Even in the remotest villages, it is possible. We just have to create an ecosystem which says that we can create methodology. And what is a computer? It is basically just an instrument which converts raw data into useful information, and that raw data is gradually utilized for taking decisions. In the world of computers, we all have learned binary arithmetic, that is zeros and ones. And in the world of current, only two things are possible. Either the current is connected or not connected. So when the current is connected, we say it's 1, and when it is not connected, we say it is 0. And 110001 is called A, 0001 is called B, and similarly we have got millions of possibilities just by two possibilities of the current connected and not connected. And basically the information we get, it helps to anything to trigger a new process. In COVID, we are collecting so much data. We know that okay, people of this age group are more involved, or and then we change our decisions. It is based on this data that all this lockdowns, etc., they have been planned, and a lot of artifacts are available in our system which can be combined with the help of information technology. Gradually, we are all moving towards a situation where we will be moving into regional, local, and national and global mind through the use of information technology. And there, e-learning is going to be important methodology. We are doing a course on geographical information system in health under MU India, and a lot of people who are interested. IIT Mumbai people are teaching community medicine specialists in all over India. So this kind of a different kinds of knowledge loops can be created. And these knowledge loops will help in bringing up about newer products, newer methodologies, and ultimately India moves towards a meta university. All universities interconnected by e-learning, all universities, and whatever is available at one place can be distributed very rapidly. The silos of place, subject, time, there is a death of two fundamental concepts. That is death of time. Any teacher can teach even through his videos even after his death. Or there is death of distance. These two fundamental processes are dead with the help of e-learning. There is dissolution of time, dissolution of distance. And how evolution takes place, there is data which is collected, and that data, when it is used to take some decisions, it becomes information, and that information, when applied over a period of time, it is validated, it becomes knowledge, and that knowledge leads to intelligence and increases the value of the health. These terms are very useful over a period of time. So we are living is in 21st century, and the expectations and facilities are different. So Dr. Chinmay has created a WhatsApp group. You can type there or in the chat box how 21st century is different from 20th century. So in 21st century, we have a different kind of political system. Our prime minister, when he wants to talk to his people or heads of or different countries, he tweets instead of telling. So if a prime minister can tweet, why can't an ordinary teacher? The epidemiological and demographic patterns are different. You must have seen the movie Two States, and in two states we have now we have two states everywhere. Our populations are very different. I mean, there are a lot of Gujaratis in Punjab, and also a lot of Keralites in different parts of the country. Punjabis are also spread out everywhere. So this is a new way, new India. The technology, the healthcare systems are different. The expectations and abilities of the students are also very different. So we cannot think in terms of what was happening in 20th century in 21st century. So the impact of education technology is increasing, and with time we will be all involved with multiple newer methods. Our mobile phones have got more computing power than the rocket which went to moon, and our change is very, very fast. In next 5 years, be ready for enormous amount of change in our. This is the gentleman is our student. In the era of knowledge explosion, he has to face more and more information, but he has to relearn, and a network teacher comes to his aid through various social media, through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through flipped classrooms, and definition of intelligence is changing in the form of now intelligence is the ability to interpret rather than the ability to remember. 120 GB is there in our mobile phones, which can keep all the books. Even I see even very simple things. We search the net. Information is there. My son is in a different country, and I call him on WhatsApp just to tell him, please get up. It is time to go to college. So we are a new ecology in medical education. We can ubiquitous learning. We can work in a collaborative manner. Multiple specialties people can join in, and there is more and more collaboration which is coming up in our system. So we have to create a home base by which students can learn, and there has to be a way to communicate with students and their parents, and also there are many other ways by which we can create certain rooms in our college where students can come and take up any of the courses available through NPTEL and different methodologies. There are three pillars of medical education, that is curriculum, teaching, learning, and assessment. And all three can be taken up through e-learning. We are already doing CBME through e-learning, the assessment, the Kahoot, the Mentimeter, the Socrative, the Google Forms. They are all available for assessment methodologies. Moodle, Google Classroom, Google Drive, model object-oriented courses, Coursera, Udemy, they are all available which we can use. So basically, there has to be Moodle is a software, but this applies to all learning management systems. That is interaction with fellow students, interaction with the content, and interaction with the teachers. And in the process, we create a new climate and supporting discourse. There has to be a flexibility in the curriculum, and we have to create learning repositories, videos, question banks, all they should be available at multiple levels. There is a site which you can take a picture of this, where we have got a directory of e-learning sites, and there is sites.google.com where we can create a simple website, easychair.com, and open journal system. Moodle can be downloaded free, Google Classroom, and there are certain micro level processes, information processing, integration, flexibility, curriculum, and learning repositories, and various variables are there in the teaching learning. I'm not going in the details of these at the moment. I think so this is the point. The students should be allowed to choose time, place, and pace of learning. The slow learners can learn again and again, and in the process move forward. So the ICT facilities need to be designed, developed, transferred according to a new paradigm. The basic idea of e-learning is to overcome the barriers to sharing knowledge and nurture and foster a spirit of radical innovation in every medical student, every medical teacher and health worker, so as to trigger rapid change. And the only thing constant in life is change. We must accept change, we must anticipate change, and we must precipitate change. For this, e-learning is a very important method. Just like by putting a small amount of fertilizer, the crops increase. Similarly, e-learning is a very small area by which there can be a massive change in our medical education system. So thank you.